Shalom, shalom. It's your brother New Breed. As you enter the chat button, and also put a one in the chat if everything is streaming seamlessly. It looks a little finicky on my end. I'm just waiting on those ones. I'm gonna allow YouTube to send the notifications out. Thank y'all, thank y'all. I got a very resounding message for today. Man, you know, being on social media and being a quote unquote public figure, I get to communicate with a lot of people from various walks of life, people who have experienced different things, just growing up in different environments and cultures as well. And some of the things that I've seen and heard, you know, it actually comes to no surprise, but some of it is shocking. Some of the things that I hear is rather shocking. It's a lot of individuals who were raised in certain environments that some of you all couldn't even imagine. You know, you got people who grew up in occult circles. There's people who grew up in witchcraft. You know, what I mean by grew up in it, I mean is through the bloodline. It's family tradition to be witches, warlocks, wizards. You know, you name it, they're into it. Everything from sacrifice to rituals, which sacrifice is a ritual as well, but there's various rituals that are practiced in some of these circles. And, you know, a lot of people who communicate with me, they bring forth a paper trail. They bring forth a lot of proof to what they've experienced. And I've heard a lot of stories over the years. And, you know, it's a real spiritual warfare out here. And not only that, but even if you come from a family who may not have been into those particular practices, even when it comes to some of these religious institutions, they're pretty much ran cult-like. And, you know, it's a lot of brothers and sisters who've been outcasted from their family. And a lot of these people have been outcasted from society when you really look at it. A lot of doors of opportunity get closed for these people. You know, there's a lot of judgment that's casted against them, a lot of what we would call disparagement. There's a lot of disparagement that goes on. And, you know, it comes to a point where a lot of people are asking me, you know, and I'm talking about people who are waking up, are asking me, Breed, why does it feel like or seem like my whole family, my friends, everybody is against me? What's going on in my life at the moment where nobody's really on my side? It seems like people grouping up to wish the worst for me. It seems like nobody's really rooting for me. And, you know, there's a reason for that. There's a spiritual awakening that's taking place for the chosen ones. You know, you're beginning to see. And you was never supposed to see. And the fact that you are breaking the matrix. People don't know how to receive that. And the theory is that mankind fears what they cannot understand, y'all. They just cannot understand you withdrawing from your old ways and actually changing. You become very foreign to these people. And they don't know how to take you. They don't know how to communicate with you. You have become an anomaly. And it's generated a lot of fear because there's a lot of possession going on in this society. I mean, the whole world is on demon time. It's become pretty much first-hand nature to lean on the side of wickedness in this society because everywhere you turn, the music, the media, the movies, the subliminal messages that you see all around is all predicated on Satanism and Luciferianism. And it has cultivated people in a very it has pretty much cultivated and grasped the minds of the people in a very meticulous manner. So these people, they're used to going with the grain of this world, going with the status quo. And the fact that you are not doing so, the fact that you are thinking outside of the box, the fact that you are striving to break generational curses, you have placed a target on your back, not only from your physical family, but the demons that possess said individuals. Not too many people are going to look in the mirror and, all right, not too many people are going to look in the mirror and, admit to themselves that they may have an unclean spirit, they may have a demon, they may have something that's possessing them. They don't even know what's driving them against you. They don't even know what it is. And it's so crazy in this world that it gets reversed on you. You are made to be the evil person. You are made to be the person who is insane. You are made to be the person who they would like to commit. Now, why is that? Because all of a sudden, you've lost interest in a lot of the things you were doing. All of a sudden, you've put away certain unclean foods to basically rise your vibration and your frequency, because you decided to read and study and show yourself approved, because you decided you didn't want to visit certain places where, there's turmoil in your spirit. You begin to realize you can't be around certain people, and you grown to the understanding that demons come in people, places, and things. So you have basically started to protect your energy. But they're making it seem like something's crazy. They want to get you committed. They want you in St. Eve's. They want a 5150. And the scripture says, woe to those who call good evil and evil good. See, the world is so topsy-turvy. It's so topsy-turvy, ladies and gentlemen, that you got to realize that everything is in reverse. Everything is in reverse. So you really got people believing you're some kind of maverick, or you're out to destroy them in their life because you're disturbing their everyday goings. Somebody says, why can't they just mind their own business? That's a great question. Why can't they? Why can't they just mind their own business? Why can't they just mind their own business? It's an excellent question. Well, there's a few reasons why. Because they're being attacked spiritually. This is a demonic battle that a lot of people are facing. And even when you walk in these streets and you minding your business, just doing your thing, there's archons, there's shadow beings that's constantly monitoring. There's monitoring spirits. And these things are hacking people. Just like the movie Fallen with Denzel Washington. And a lot of people that you think are just operating on their own merit are not, ladies and gentlemen. And I need you to really understand this. If we can basically gaze into the spiritual realm, we would be shocked and appalled of what we see. How many adversaries are actually plotting on you? Chosen ones, let me make this clear. You have more enemies than you can ever imagine. There's so many people watching y'all. Even if you're not in the public's eye, it's your essence alone. It's the fact that you're being set apart. It's the fact that you have humbled your spirit. And now you are placed in the wilderness of the people where the Most High can judge you. That's what's going on right now. All the chosen ones are in the wilderness pretty much. And we're in this wilderness with all these people, and they're playing a role as background characters. Just like when you have movies, they have background characters casted in the background. You're the main character in this movie. Now, these background characters are pretty much NPCs. They're programmed. They don't even understand why they say the things they say. They're in this matrix. They have not woken up from the world. They don't understand. So they're just going on with the rigmarole of everyday life, not thinking about the afterlife. They're not thinking about God. They're not thinking about how to serve God. They're not thinking about things of the spirit. They're not thinking about how to please the Most High. They're not thinking about none of these things. They're just literally sleep. You got to think about when you all were asleep. Not saying some of these people can't wake up. If they do, it's a miracle. Just like it was a miracle that you woke up. But you got to think about when you didn't know what was going on, how impressionable your mind was. It was almost like you were an empty vessel. You was just out here, you was living life, you was doing whatever felt right, not understanding which direction to go. And this is where these people are at. So they're being hijacked spiritually. And because they can't come to grips with that they may be the ones who may be suffering insanity, they have to turn it around on you because they can't understand you. Hold on, if we all are looking at things this way, we all want to celebrate pagan, satanic holidays, and we all want to dress our kids up on Halloween and send them to strangers' doors, if we all want to eat abominable foods, no matter how many recalls are put out there, no matter how many sicknesses and ailments are coming from these bottom feeders and different things, we're going to do this. No matter, no matter what's brung out scripturally, and no matter how much these pastors and preachers get exposed, no matter how much these new agers get exposed, why they can't just follow the truth, the holy scriptures, the text, because they surely can't be wrong. They have numbers on their side. They're looking at it like this. They're joining forces because they're saying to themselves, we surely can't be wrong. This one person out of all of us in the wilderness, this one person among all of us, who do they think they are? To tell us our way of life, our culture, our traditions, everything that we ever knew. Who do they think they are to tell us that we're wrong? So they become offended and they begin to really target you. They begin to start smear campaigning against you. They begin to get on conference calls with other family members and other friends, and they begin to strum up and draw up controversy against you. They get stirred up in the spirit, the same way they did to the Messiah. It'll be your own people, ladies and gentlemen. They will get stirred up against you, and they'll get riled up, and they'll strum up controversy. They'll look for fault. They'll look for all your faults and all your flaws, and you are held to a whole new standard. And any mistakes you make will be blown out of proportion. Everything you do will be exaggerated. I'm telling you, you got to be careful around people who exaggerate stories against you, who strum up controversy and lies against you. That person is trying to destroy you. I don't know if y'all have ever experienced that. You had a past with somebody, chosen ones, and that past wasn't too good. Y'all had a volatile relationship, whether it be intimate friendship or whatever the case may be. But now that you in this truth and you striving and you trying to do better, that person is lying on you about the past. They can't let go of the past first and foremost. They should be moving on with their lives. But not only are they, making up things, some things may or may not be true, but it's a huge exaggeration to assassinate the person you are now. It wasn't that dysfunctional person you were back then, chosen ones. It wasn't the dysfunctional, lost person you were back then. They really hate the person you are now. So they're trying to hold you to the person you were then by exaggerating, making, disparaging you, bringing you down a notch, bringing you back to this matrix. It's a real crabs in the bucket type of situation. And then they'll turn others against you because their mouths are full of warfare, and they don't even realize how detrimental words can be when they're spewing these messages to other people about you. Now you got all these people, you got people who don't even know you, who hate you, ladies and gentlemen. That's how it is. That's how it is when you're in the wilderness of the people. You got people who never even cross paths with you right now, ladies and gentlemen, as we speak. And they're looking at you sideways. Why? Based on something somebody in the neighborhood had said. They don't even know you. You didn't do anything to them. Based on something they heard coming from somebody else that is your foe, right? And ladies and gentlemen, let's get the likes up on the video. Let's get the likes up. Yeah, that's very weak of these people. Somebody said people will hate you for absolutely no reason at all. Real talk. And the thing about it is you can't change their perspective on you. They already have these preconceived notions about you, chosen ones, based on word on the streets, based on the rumors that was being told, based on lies. They already have this preconceived notion about you, so you better off going it alone, because if you try to convince people otherwise, you put yourself in the danger zone. You put yourself in the red zone. And you got to understand, these people look at you as a target. They look at you as a sacrificial lamb. There's people right now as I speak wonder why they're being gaslit. Wonder why they're being disrespected by friends and family, those close to them. And it's all of a sudden. Some of you all living in households where you've decided to follow God's dietary laws, and all of a sudden, that person that you're living with is buying nothing but unlawful, abominable foods in the house. Now, all of a sudden, like, what happened? It wasn't even a big deal at first, but now all of a sudden, it's like they're trying their best to tempt you. That's the devil. It's the devil. Or the fact that some of you all are trying to honor the Sabbath day, keeping it holy, the seventh day of the week. You know, not Sunday. That's the first day of the week, but you're trying to honor the Sabbath. You're trying to rest that day. And all of a sudden, people at your job, you know, they want to keep pushing you to work that day. It's like, listen, I work all the time. I'm a hard worker. Why on this day you're trying to force it? Why make it an issue? Why are they making it an issue? That's the devil. Some of you all are pulling your children away from these public schools. Why? Because they're teaching all kind of wickedness and filth in these schools. They're bringing in the transitions. They're having these damn secret meetings with your children. And now some of you are pulling back and you are leaning more towards homeschooling your children. Now you got friends and family talking wild spicy about what you doing. As if it's abnormal to not want to have your children in schools learning an alternative lifestyle. Because you're a pro-life advocate and you want your children to grow up with quote-unquote Judeo fundamental Christian values. But the whole neighborhood's talking. Like you lost your entire mind. Could you believe that? As if the whole world is not gone crazy. As if these people are not under a strong delusion for wanting to teach children such madness. And it's like, while all this is happening, the Most High is just testing you every single day to see if you're going to be love bombed by people, because some of these individuals, friends and family, can be very manipulative. So y'all got to be careful. You got to be careful that they don't line you up, because all while they're doing these things, backbiting, gossiping, not all of them are easy to spot out. Not all of them are easy to spot out. You got to understand there's a lot of people who know how to play both sides. And they know how to play at your heartstrings. Like it's a damn fiddle. Like it's a guitar. They know how to strum at those heartstrings and make you believe that they're there for you. But the whole time they could be lining you up. It's just the world you living in. So you got to be able to walk alone. The scripture says, do desire a man seeking all knowledge, he separateth himself. He separateth himself. Levi, thank you for the contribution. I appreciate it. Levi says, good morning, brother. Thank you for the message. Also, that song you just dropped, Three Kings, is a slapper. All praises. I'm glad y'all like it. Thank you for the support. Y'all know what to do. Subscribe to New Breed Universal ENT for the music and exclusive content. But we're at that time, y'all. We're at that time where you got to understand that the enemy come in all shapes and forms. And you got to be very careful around certain individuals. One thing you really got to do is make sure you're not putting all your information out there. All your business can't be out there. You can't let the left hand know what the right hand is doing. You cannot tell people all your endeavors, what you got going on, how you're going to maneuver, where you're going to go, how you're going to go there, how you're going to get there, because these witches and warlocks that's out here in this world can and will use information against you. You gotta maneuver in wisdom. The scriptures tell us to be wise as serpents, but harmless as doves. We're not out to hurt anybody. We're not out to hurt anybody. But you gotta be intelligent with how you maneuver. So I said, this video is for me. Everything you are saying is a testament to my situation. See? And see, in this day and age, you cannot allow people's opinions to dictate the way you move in this life. You can't do it. It doesn't matter what auntie, sister, brother, father, cousin think if it does not line up with the word of the Most High. And this is why you got to get into that word yourself. Because when the day of reckoning and judgment comes, you're going to be judged on your own. And you got to know that you're moving according to the Most High's will, plan, and purpose in your life. Nobody else is going to be held accountable for your decisions. You got to understand that, man. A lot of people just don't get it. You cannot really concern yourself with what these individuals thinking. Somebody said, I don't trust nobody. Well, you can trust people to be exactly who they are. You can trust people to be who they are. You know, if a person has a pattern of being a certain way, you can trust that they're going to be that way. And a lot of you brothers and sisters out there, I got to tell you this as well. Be careful of backtracking. The Most High God has had a lot of grace on you, brothers and sisters, for detaching from certain entities, forces, people, and places. Don't stir the pot up and disturb the Holy Spirit that's trying to guide you by backtracking. Going back to people that you know ain't no good for you. You can forgive a person, but don't let them back in your life operate in the same capacity that they had you there, that you had them there. Don't do it. There's some people that in life you have to deal with for whatever reason. You just have to deal with them. Maybe y'all got business or whatever the case is. But don't be a fool. Don't be a fool. Once somebody bites you, once somebody show you them horns, show you them fangs, and what they're capable of doing, believe that. Believe it. They're capable of doing that. And you can forgive people all day. But understand, chosen ones in this day and age, you got to have a shorter fuse with people. I'm at the point, personally, if somebody bite me one time and you show me who you are, that's it. It's finito. You out of there. You're not allowed to function in my life whatsoever. Once you show me who you are, that's it. Let's see. I think they got the chat frozen. Let me see. Let's see if I can fix that. And there we go. Yep, we have to have a shorter tolerance. Our tolerance levels have to be very short, and our cutoff game got to be serious, man. Now, these demons and devils that are watching you constantly, these monitoring spirits, they're waiting for you to slip. The scriptures say, be sober and vigilant, because your adversary be a roaring lion seeking who he may devour. You must be vigilant. And I mean, when it says sober and vigilant, that means on point. You got to be watchful. You got to be paying attention to everyone. And understand, if it's somebody holding you back from reaching your full potential, they got to go. Even if you just got to push them away, operate with them from a distance. The scriptures tell you, he who loves mother, father, sister, brother, more than me, is not worthy of me. And a man's foes will be they of his own household. Meaning, if you are holding the opinions of your friends, your family, your mama, your daddy, I don't care who they are. If you hold their opinions over the word of the Most High, and they have become an inhibitor or what you would call a distraction, rather, they're a distraction to your purpose. If they have became that, they got to go. And all in all, they're gonna say you cold-blooded because of this. They're gonna make you out to be the worst person in the world. There's even some people gonna turn away from the Bible because they are such leeches, and they're used to thriving off of other people's energy, and they're used to being a hindrance to other people's walk. They'll even say, you know what, I can't even follow a book that would say that. There's people out here who think like that. Don't get it twisted. All you enlightened people got to be aware of how the game is being played. Yeah, they'll call you insensitive, all those things. They'll say, well, why would Christ say I came to bring separation? That don't seem like a Christ I would follow. Why would the Bible say, think not I come to bring peace on earth? Why would the Messiah say that? Think not I come to bring peace on this earth, but I come to bring a sword. I come to bring mother against father, sister against brother, brother against father. Why? Why would the Bible say that? This is the way they think. This is the way they think. You know why they think like that? Because they're the people that you're supposed to be separated from. They're tear. They're the people that he's talking about separating you from. Because the hive and those other people, they're going to join forces. This is prophetic. They're going to join forces eventually. We have a lot of talk about getting set apart, linking up with your spiritual family, getting right. Y'all think I'll be talking about this for no reason. No, it's going to come a time where a lot of y'all who are unequally yoked with non-believers, y'all having fellowship with darkness, y'all going to see their true colors. And when it comes, man, you better hope it don't hit you like a ton of bricks. You better hope they don't have you in St. Eve somewhere. You better hope they don't have you all pinned to a bed, hog-tied by your hands and feet with a Catholic rabbi in there throwing a cross on you, because they're going to think, they're going to think you the problem. Yo, Imani, thanks for the contribution. I appreciate the support. There was also another super chat, Judah Q's. Thank you as well. Says peace and blessings. Make sure y'all hit the like and share button. Absolutely. And because you brothers and sisters have good hearts, because you're empathetic, because you are loving people, you're compassionate, you're understanding people, you're allowing that to jeopardize what the Almighty has for you. You want to know why people are turning against you? Why are they joining forces? Why all of a sudden people are moving different? You're not getting those invites. You're not getting invited to certain gatherings and social functions. Why all of a sudden you don't have the same energy when you're around people? It almost feel like something is being hidden from you. You can feel it. Chosen ones can always feel it. Why is this happening? because spiritually you're elevating. The Most High is trying to bring you into a place where nobody else can go. Everybody not meant to go where you're going, ladies and gentlemen. You have to understand that. And you have to receive that in joy, because the Most High is not allowing you to stay stagnated. Everybody's not meant to go where you're going. He chose you before you were even in the womb. He knew who you were supposed to be. He knew you were supposed to be a royal priesthood, a peculiar person. He knew you were supposed to be exalted, chosen ones. The fact that you woke up proves that you're supposed to be exalted, proves that you're supposed to be vindicated, and proves that you're supposed to be in leadership. The fact that all the generational curses, whether it be molestation, corn addiction, drug addiction, violence, domestic violence, whatever it may have been, even mental illness that may have been in the family, the Most High said, nope. Even if you experience every last one of those things and you on the spectrum of all those things, he still said, nope. Before you was in that womb, I chose you to wake up to this truth. I chose you to wake up and understand that God has laws, statutes, and commandments. He has rules that you live by. And that if you follow these here rules, I'm going to bring you very high among all nations. Wherever I may lead you, wherever I may scatter you in this wilderness, I'm going to exalt you. That was a miracle that happened. It ain't too many people woke up to that. You don't think that place is a target on your back? You don't think people are looking at you like, wow? You don't think there's envy, malice, contempt, jealousy, hatred, variance? You don't think their spirit is disturbed by that? You would think that people see that light and say, hey, you know what? I want what they got. I want to gravitate towards that. No, they rather extinguish it, because people are such energy vampires, such devils, that if they extinguish that light, they feel as if they gained it somehow. It's a lot of people who want to put you on that altar, man. I'm telling you. Somebody said mystery of iniquity. We're getting understanding. Absolutely. No doubt. Somebody said new breed is protected. Keep growing, bro. Absolutely. Somebody said he did heal me and I'm fully for him. That's a blessing. Somebody said instead of hating, why don't they congratulate? Hey, that's the world you live in. Let me see. Y'all make sure y'all get the likes up. Just like we got a whole stack up in here. And, only half the people are getting it. Only half of people will get the message. We can't expect everybody to understand, because this message right here is going to help you overcome a lot of obstacles in your life. Because here's the thing. Evil communication corrupt good manners. And if you were connected with certain people, this is the reason why a lot of sins that we battle with, we're not able to actually overcome. Why? Because you're bringing those familiar spirits around you. You're bringing these different entities and forces around you, and they're promoting negativity. They're promoting it in you. So when it comes to cutting people off, that can actually lead to your salvation. You got a lot of people out here who are turning from the word of God based on the fact that they are those wicked people that the Bible speak of. And now, here's the tricky part. They can holler, hoop, shout. They can go to church. They can use all the lingo. They can appear holy. They can show a form of godliness and deny the power thereof. They can seem as if they're righteous. This is the crazy part, how deep the rabbit hole is. But they can still be one of those people. They can still be one of those people. Remember what the scriptures say. In the day of judgment, there's a lot of people that's going to go to the Messiah and say, haven't I done miracles? Haven't I healed the sick? Haven't I helped people, Lord? And the Messiah says, Depart from me, you workers of iniquity. I never knew thee. Now, what's iniquity? Sin. What's sin? According to John, it's the transgression of the law. The Messiah said, think not I come to end the law nor the prophets. To heaven and earth pass away. Not one jot nor one tittle, and shall no wise pass on the law. Ain't that what the Messiah said? They don't serve the Christ that we serve. I need you to wrap your minds around that. The Christ of the Bible was a lot more austere. The Christ of the Bible was a lawful, disciplined man. The Christ of the Bible, he never disrespected the prophets or the quote-unquote Old Testament. The Christ of the Bible would have never done that. That's modern Christendom. That's giving you a hall pass to sin. They want to take sin out of the Bible. They want to take the word sin out of the Bible so you're not even held accountable. They don't want people to be held accountable. They want you to do what thou wilt. That's Aleister Crowley, and it says that should be the whole of the law. Now, for those who don't know who Aleister Crowley is, that's the person who made the Church of Satan. According to him, do what you want is the whole of the law. So a lot of people, they can act like they believe the Bible, they believe the truth, they with you in this spiritual journey. But listen, you got to honor the Most High, and his word be just. The Christ that people think they know is not the Christ that we're serving, ladies and gentlemen. We're serving the real Christ. Y'all got to understand, let me put this out here. The reason why they aiming to destroy you is because they hate he that is in you. What the scriptures say? You'll be hated for my name's sake. For my name's sake. They hated him. Christ was hated by his own people, y'all. He was misunderstood. If he was walking the world to this day, imagine Christ walked up into one of those churches. One of these churches right now and start beating people, saying that you turned my father's house into a den of thieves. He would be casted in prison, right? So when they see you, brothers and sisters, they see the Messiah. Oh, they see him. Let me see. Somebody says, greater is he that is in me than he is that is in the world. Exactly. Let me see. Somebody says, God is good to us. The least we can do is follow his commandments. Absolutely. That's a fact. Somebody said, they so unnecessary and they ruin everything. Well, you can't allow them to ruin everything. Somebody said, take religious psychology. It's an online college. No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to promote something that, you know, is not along in lines with the network. Y'all gotta understand, anybody I push, promote, we all in one network, we all are like mind. So I don't allow that in my chat, people just promoting random people online. But I'm gonna tell y'all, man. Let's see. I'm gonna tell y'all. Everything that you think you know, and I'm talking to those who may be just viewing for the first time. Those who are, you know, new to this channel, coming over here. You may be new to your first, and this may be your initial spiritual awakening, like understanding who you are. You may be, you know, having questions. There may be things that you've been wondering about. You may feel a certain way, and it's been this daunting concern of yours about what's going on in society. Well, let me tell you like this. Everything that you've been taught, it's a lie. Everything you've been taught is a lie. You know, we are living in a planet that is very similar to a simulation. And this is a test. And there's been a program in place to keep you asleep, to keep you docile, to keep you pretty much from thinking outside of the box, because the wicked powers, they don't want you to be influential to others. And this is another reason why people come together collectively and they gang stalk you. You may be noticing certain things going on around you that you didn't notice before. And it may be a little bit bizarre to you. Certain things that you were oblivious to at one point in time, now all of a sudden it's coming to fruition. And you're like, man, why does it seem like, I'm getting the attention of a lot of people? It's because you're waking up. Some of you all enter a room and you wonder why people are staring at you. You wonder why they're staring at you. Some of you all got babies smiling every time they see you. Sometimes animals just walk up to you. I'm talking about wild animals. You might be outside and a coyote will just walk up to you. Dogs, cats, and all animals. And you're wondering, why is this happening? Listen, something is happening with you. And I need to explain this to you because the Most High is trying to pull you out of the world. What's happening is you're igniting, you're waking up. And since this is taking place, there's a lot of beautiful things coming your direction. But at the same time, there's a lot of negativity as well. There's a lot of people who don't like that light. There's a lot of people who demonic. You can't just trust everybody no more. You can't be in the same places, be around the same people. Scriptures told us your enemies would be those of your own household, meaning your network, your own family, your own friends. People who are near and dear to you will lift their heel up to you. All of a sudden, betrayal will start happening. Why? Because the Most High said that I want you out of this world. I want you to truly be set apart. I have called you out of the world to be peculiar. I have called you out of the world to be a testament on the other side of this, meaning the things you're going through with people around you. The Most High, he's basically wants you to record everything that you learned from battling in this world and bring it over to the other side and let it be a testament and let it keep you on the right hand side of things. Some of you all have experienced a lot of atrocities from friends and family. I'm telling y'all, I done got some messages not too long ago, and this is why I said, man, I got to talk about this, man, because people been hitting me up on Instagram. A whole lot. I got a lot of inboxes, so I know that around Halloween, around the harvest time, I get it. There's a lot of people who start showing their true colors. And within a lot of families, particularly families that were raised in the suburbs, there's a lot of people who hit me up that was raised in suburban areas. There's some rich families that hit me up, like, let me know, hey man, brother, keep on doing what you're doing, because some of the things I'm experiencing right now, bro, you've been speaking about this for years. And it's very real, man. The sacrifices are beginning. People are, there was actually a brother who recorded, sent me the video, the footage of his wife who has been poisoning him, literally poisoning him, trying to get life insurance money. And, he talked to, he showed me certain receipts and got video footage. Now there's a whole open case. There's a case number, so I can't speak too detailed about the situation. But I'm talking about, man, there's some conniving people out here. And from my understanding, his wife has a heavy involvement with the Freemasonic world. Heavy involvement with the Freemasonic world, Eastern Stars or what have you. Now, let me make this clear. All Masons aren't evil people. Let me make this clear. A lot of them, they get involved in Masonry because, there's certain public vouchers that are given, and they're able to do certain things for, funding, so to speak. And everybody who's a Mason don't understand the levels to it. But when you in it and you really in it and you a trustee and you have made it to a certain degree, oh, they let you know. They let you know that this is demonic. Anything that operates in secrecy, you got to look out for, because the Most High operates in the light. not in darkness. Masons believe in operating in spectrums of light, right? So it's room for corruption. Let's just put it that way. So some of the Masons, are gang stalkers, man. They target a lot of people. They sacrifice. They do rituals, particularly around this time of the year. Around this time of the year, lots of children go missing. You don't think local law enforcement don't know what's going on? Hell, even on a federal level, you don't think they know what's going on? You live in a very wicked world. You live in a surveillance. Think about this, ladies and gentlemen. You live in a surveillance society. Cameras everywhere. Everybody got a phone. Everybody got cameras on their vehicle. Everybody got ring lights. Everybody got all of this. But we getting hundreds and thousands of children missing yearly, particularly around this time of the year, and nobody knows what's going on. These children don't turn up. I don't even want to get into it because the rabbit hole goes deep where these children are going. What if I told y'all they're intergalactical species, what you would call aliens, who are parasitical and they feast off of mankind? And there's certain high ups that understand that there's a certain amount of people required each year to feed these fallen angels, these Anunnaki demons, these quote unquote alien species. I know that's crazy. New Breed, you're a conspiracy theorist. Hey, you can think what you want to think. The Most High already showed me what's going on with a lot of these missing people. It's not just quote unquote S trafficking. You know, they don't like that word. So we'll say S trafficking. It ain't just organ harvesting. No, the rabbit hole goes deep. Y'all got to understand, man, the fallen angels and giants been consuming humans for a long time. And you got certain high ups that actually feed these things. But anyway, I don't want to go too deep, man. Y'all gonna be like, man, Bree, that's a lot. Yeah, the Nephilim's been doing this. And you know, I'm just aware to it. I know that this was happening. They call us conspiracy theorists, but actually we're just very aware. We're socially aware and very cognitive to what's going on. And we know when certain things don't make sense. Somebody said go deeper, man. I can go deeper than that. I can go deeper than that. Trust me. I could say some stuff to y'all be like, Bree, wow, I never even thought of that. Particularly when we talking about aliens. I can really go in about that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna save that. This is why y'all gotta have those post notifications on, because we're gonna talk about these aliens, man. We're gonna do a real nice length broadcast about aliens, because I know a lot, man, that I don't talk about because I don't want to be labeled a certain way. But it's definitely gonna expand your mind. Somebody said, why do they gang stalk? Well, they gang stalk as a way of testing the patience of you. Because you're an enlightened one, they have to test your resolve. Because the book of Solomon, the wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2 says, let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us test his patience to see if he be true, to see if he be a man of the Most High, to see if she be a woman of the Most High, to see if they be who they say they are. Let us do things to test them, because the goal is to make you crash out. If they of the Messiah and they're patient and they're, you know, they have this demeanor about themselves. They don't like your royal demeanor. A lot of chosen ones who come into this truth have a certain, what's the word for it? A certain posture. It's like you have this royal energy about yourselves. So a lot of gang stalkers, they're just bottom feeders. They're actually bottom feeders. They're trash people. They're the lowest of the low type of people of society. Gang stalkers are not like high-ranking members of society. They're not dignified. They don't really have dignity. They'll do anything for a cash app. They'll do anything for a gift card, a few dollars. They'll do anything for some housing. And so there's actually a lot of gang stalking comes from jealousy. Yeah, they don't like your essence. So it's like, let's test this person. Let's get them acting like us. Let's get them frustrated. Let's damage properly. Let's gaslight this person. Let's conduct street theater, which shows you how important you chosen ones are. That you actually have agencies that will send people at you because the streets is talking. Y'all understand, man? The streets be talking, bro. Just because you stay to yourself and you mind your business and you don't say nothing to nobody, you be in your own world, that don't mean the whole neighborhood ain't talking about you. You just too quiet. Yo, what up with so-and-so that live in that building? They will literally join forces, have meetings in their homes just about you, just because you just be chilling. They don't understand you. Why they not bringing people in and out of their unit? Why I don't be seeing them out here arguing with us when we be in the neighborhood showing out? What's up with that person? And of course you have a few people in the neighborhood that will respect you as well. Just like that, the older lady that's in the neighborhood that mind her business, look, don't mess with Miss Johnson, leave Miss Johnson alone, you know what I'm saying? Let her be. But you also have demons in the neighborhood that's hating, that don't like you to have peace. There's certain people that cannot sleep at night unless they disturb somebody's day. Unless they disturb somebody's day. And I'm gonna tell you, if you're in certain neighborhoods, environments, you know, some of these gang bangers and gang members, they're hired as gang stalkers too. They're gang stalkers too. Don't think that the gangs and the local law enforcement don't have relationships. The program goes deep. Some of the agencies they got out here to hire people to surveil, you can go on Indeed. You can go and snag a job right now. On Indeed and snag a job, they literally have surveillance jobs that are paying like 40, 50,000 a year. Some even cheaper than that. They like hand these jobs out to watch people. I'm not lying. Y'all can look it up, man. I only told y'all one lie. They literally hire these people. So people looking for jobs. They ain't got no work. They like, hey, so all I got to do is take pictures of this person when they walk out. Oh, so when they come out their home, all I got to do is come out and watch them. So I got to follow them through the freeway. I got to take pictures of their license plate. Okay, I can do that. Sounds easy. I'm getting 40 grand for that a year. You know, let me do that. Literally, that's the world you living in. Oh, all I got to do is report every few days on this person. Well, I seen him do this. I seen him do that in the neighborhood. He walks around this time, leaves out in that time. You can synchronize with him here. Yeah, they hire private investigators all the time. It's a regular thing, ladies and gentlemen. You don't think they had these in biblical days to watch the biblical patriarchs, the royal people back then? You don't think the Romans haven't been doing this forever? So, but when you say it out loud, people just think it's nonsense. But it's very true. It's very true. So you ask them why they gang stalk, it's because they view your light as a threat. They view the fact that you've been chosen by the Most High God as a threat, because most of the world is going to hell in a handbasket. Most of the world going to hell in a handbasket, man. Yeah, you got to walk in the light. Somebody said the only time you get a break is when you get home. Yep. Yeah, it's really the Truman Show. We are living in the Truman Show. The Truman Show is based on facts. All you got to do is look at an FBI watch room. You can Google this. Look at an FBI control center or watch center. You can put it in that way. Go to images. Look at the images. Tell me it don't look just like the Truman Show. It looks exactly like the Truman Show, because that's what it's based on. It's based on gang stalking. It's based on the secrecy programming. It's based on all those things. You know? But you want to know why they're teaming up? Because you're a threat to their everyday goings. You want to know why your friends and family are joining forces? A lot of it is out of fear of the devil. See, the Most High runs our program on love. Of course, we respect the Most High. You know, Hosea 4, oh no, it's not Hosea. I think it's in the book of Hosea, but it says, the fear of the Most High is the beginning of all knowledge. That means the respect. But the fear of Satan is different than respect. Satan literally has these people petrified. That's why when y'all be talking a certain way, y'all start hearing that old Negro slave come out of some of these people. And I'm talking about young people, your friends and them. Oh man, you can't be talking like that. Oh no. Oh no, you can't be talking about, no. You want to know why they come out? Because they're afraid. They're afraid to think. They don't want to perceive as being anti-establishment. When this establishment showed you nothing but hate. You ever see that come out of somebody? You start talking a certain way. Oh no, I don't think you should be saying that. Even if they don't say it, their whole body language changed. They just, hold up, what? Oh no, now you can't talk like that. Y'all be seeing that come out of people? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all see it. That old Negro, that old Negro spirit come out. I'm talking about even out of Caucasian people. Y'all be having it too. That old Negro spirit come out of y'all too. Because this whole world is being beaten to submission. This ain't just a black joke. No, some of y'all Caucasians bring that old Negro spirit come out of y'all. For real. Because y'all, when we talk in a certain way, it actually promotes fear from your boss. See, we're not held to the same stature. When chosen ones are not held to the same stature as people who are in fear. Real talk. Thanks for the support. Says I told my friend that making degenerate rap music shows a lack of fear, God, and he replied, the downplay the faith in my Lord. Yeah, you know, you'll have that too. When you speak out, people are downplay the truth. And it's disrespectful. You got to nip that in the bud immediately. When they downplay the truth, nip it in the bud. There's a way to respond to that. You know, let me put this out here. A lot of people who suffer with a lot of demons, they know what direction you're going to go. They can look at you and tell you one of the light. So let me make this clear. If you believe a certain way, I don't know if this has ever happened to y'all, but it's happened to me a couple of times. Where a person will know what you represent without you even having to go into details about it, because they can just tell what type of person you are. And they'll ask you about something you believe, but they'll attempt to downplay it before you even answer the question. I don't know if y'all have experienced that, but I have. Like, they'll ask you about something they know is wrong, something that they're battling with, but they'll try to downplay your response before you even respond. I know I'm hoping, basically like, I'm thinking you're going to, I'm asking you this question, but I know it may be some old Bible stuff you give me. You may give me some type of old Bible answer. Well, why'd you ask me in the first place? Because they already knew what you believed, even if you never went into detail. I don't know, that's happened to me a couple times. It's like, why you even go to me for help? Because that's a way of trying to get you out of your beliefs. That's a way of disrespecting your beliefs. And I nip that in the bud. I get real, not defensive when that happens, but I do get straight to the point, and I'm very direct. I'm like, hey, that's what the Bible say. You can follow it, don't follow it. That's up to you. It's a mind game. It's manipulation. Hey, that's what the Bible say. Now, you could do whatever the hell you want. I'm more so like that. You could do what you want, but here, I can give you chapter and verse right now and tell you that right there. But you do what you want to do. Now, you don't have to answer to me. You answer to the most, you answer to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, somebody said facts. My ex, she asked me about smoking trees, and I told her that that's not of God, and she instantly downplayed it. Right. Yep. Instantly. And then you show scripture, you show chapter and verse if need be. If that person is receptive to the knowledge, you give them that. And if they still downplay it, then you let them deal with that. One thing I can't stand is somebody who asks you about something, and when you give them the answers, they downplay it. I don't understand that. That means clearly you're battling with this. Clearly you know something is not right about it. Yeah. Somebody say our people are getting into the evil. You got to cover yourself. Absolutely. I'm telling you, man. Let me see. Somebody says that time they don't want to hear what God says. They really don't, but they're battling. I'm telling you, man, a lot of people are going to join forces against those who are of the light, man. You know, even though we can get online like this and we can communicate and talk as people who are like-minded, we are few and far in between. We really are. A lot of us come to this platform because in our everyday life, we're surrounded by people who can't see. It's to the point where when you're a chosen one, if you're in a room full of 20 people, you would be blessed if you see 2 people that have the light, that bear the light, that know the Most High, that are real about it. And I'm not talking about just these people that just fake the funk, these religious people who claim they in the truth. Nah, I'm talking about people who are real. You will be hard pressed to find 2 people in a room full of 20. And this is why we have our excursions where we come together and join together people of like mind, because every single day that goes by, a lot of us are in this world and we gotta walk it alone. We're literally in the wilderness. And we're dealing with this all day. And we're still keeping strong and holding on, man. But there's battles that we gotta face all day. And it's to the point where a lot of us not opening up to a lot of people. A lot of us, get the backlash from family. Because you got a lot of people who love mother, father, sister, or brother more than the Most High. They're not worthy of the Most High. They're not worthy of salvation. When you one of them people who prepared to go it alone, don't think you ain't gonna make no enemies. They're gonna be like, all right, this person can walk alone. This person be prepared to walk alone. That's a strong person. The way demons and energy vampires work, they like, I want to see how strong they really are. I want to see how strong they really are. And by the way, if y'all like the shirt I got on, you can order this on newbreed.love. It's the Chosen One shirt. Yo, thank you for the contribution. It says, my own mother and brother have ganged up on me because I don't agree with sorcery. Wow. Astral projection and ancestral worship is very isolating. Man, see, that's what I'm talking about. I've been hearing those things all day, and you just got to stay away from it. Don't succumb to the peer pressure. I got so many interesting stories. There was one lady who inboxed me, and I'm not giving names or whatever the case may be, but I think a lot of my followers can learn from some of the testimonies people bring. Let me see. Yeah, there's one lady who her family were Jehovah's Witnesses, and pretty much there was a lot of arranged situations as far as relationships going on within her church. And let's just say that there were some women there were some young ladies that were underaged, and there was some things going on that she's witnessed, and pretty much was bold enough to oust the entire congregation. And she's been running ever since. I mean, literally running, on the run. She's giving me names, dates, all kind of stuff. I mean, to the point where her own family been after her. And so it's like, man, you'd be surprised what kind of things people have survived, you know what I'm saying, and endured in this walk. Yeah, it's very, very cult-like the way it's ran, you know what I'm saying? You know, I've spoken with people who were actually practitioners of the craft, new agers, and their family, just like the young lady was just saying, that just sent a contribution. I've seen that too. There's a woman in Wisconsin who was raised Wiccan. Her whole entire family Wiccan. I mean, they literally the people that be out in the trees and doing the pentagrams, like basically worshiping nature. That's, as she explained it, they worship nature. All right, in short. But you know, they would do certain practices and rituals, and this person came across my channel. So when I say people of all walks of life are experiencing this, like being ganged up by family, you know, this person has been experiencing a great deal of spiritual warfare. It's been more so on a spiritual level, the lady in Wisconsin, because she, you know, she's trying to find Christ. You know, she's trying to change. You know, she was born into this, mother and father. You know, they've been doing this her whole life since she was a child. Her first book was a spell book, y'all. Like she learned how to read books that was straight up about spell casting, how to do roots, juju, like literally. And still the Most High woke her up. What, we don't have no excuse, man. We don't have no excuses. I know we done been through some things, bro. But when I be getting stories like that, I be like, yo, we don't have no excuses but to wake up. Yeah, we had to go against a lot of things, a lot of impositions, but man, if somebody can come from that far left to say they want to serve the Messiah, that they want to honor God's laws, and that they want to turn their life around, what's our excuses? What's our excuses? You know, some of us came into the truth and we got lazy in the faith. We got lazy. Some of us went back to our old ways in a lot of different ways in our lives. Man, we gotta, you know, we gotta realign ourselves, realign our energy. For real. And we should have well over 1,000 likes. Let's get the likes up. Somebody says it seems like a lot of people are in a deep delusion these days. That's a fact. Somebody said, I believe people shapeshift into animals. That's another topic for another day. Somebody said, likes almost match the views. Hit the like button, gentlemen and ladies. Absolutely, let's get it. We have to absolutely make sure our likes match the views on this channel. Romans 13:1. Let every soul be subject unto the highest power. For there is no power but of God, the power that be ordained of God. Exactly. That's another reason why a lot of people are turning against you and joining forces, because they serve idol gods. They don't serve the highest power. They are not willing to subjugate themselves to obedience. That's what it boils down to. Everybody think more higher of themselves than they are. Everybody values their opinion over God's word. That's the issue with a lot of individuals. And also, chosen ones, you got to be careful of not letting your hair down, so to speak, around certain individuals when they are babes to the truth, when they are new to the truth, because you can be a stumbling block. And I don't know who that message is for, but let me put this out here. You got to be careful with letting your hair down, meaning, you know, you kind of enjoying yourself, you know, you doing certain things around that person. They may be holding you to a standard that they can't quite comprehend. And so when they see you moving a certain way, you can be a stumbling block, and they'll just start thinking everything you're talking about is BS. Everything you're talking about is nonsense. Why? Because they haven't understood how to separate a flawed human, a person, from the message. That's another thing that happens with a lot of people. They don't know how to take the message, because even the Most High can speak through a donkey. They don't know how to take the message and be like, you know what, that's some insight that could better my life. They're looking at you, because a lot of people in this world are trying to judge you. They're trying to find fault in you to give them an excuse to do wrong, to give them an excuse to live how they've been living. So you got to be careful. You got to be a certain example for certain people out there. Now, people who have been around the truth, people who understand it and truly follow the commandments, they can understand that we're not overly religious people. They can understand that we do have a good time. We do we're not boring people for the record. A lot of people be thinking because we into our Bible, we do what we do, that we just these closed off recluses that don't have a life, and we're not people who have a good time and enjoy ourselves, man. Y'all don't know me, bro. I have a good time when I'm having one of those moments. But certain people don't know how to understand that, right? Because they're used to these religious atmospheres, and they just don't get it. And a lot of the so-called religious people that's in these churches, they doing worse than us. They doing worse than us. They out here doing the unthinkable and unspeakable, right? So, it just kind of is what it is. But you do got to be careful around certain people, right? Yeah, don't get too comfortable. And we are 6 likes away, 5 likes away from 1,000. Let's get to it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to it. Yeah, that's why a lot of times, man, I roll solo and dolo. I only communicate with people who I know bear fruits. And that's another thing. You gotta make sure the people you are in confines with are like-minded. They're doing what you're doing. They have fruits to prove who they are. Right. Somebody said religion and tradition is not of God. It's man-made, not God's way. Right. Yeah, the Most High tell you how to live his way. But, man, you got to be careful out here. Some people are showing you their hand. It's around the harvest season. Y'all be safe out here. Be aware of new people coming into your life. Forgive those who trespass against you, as you will have the Messiah forgive you. But also, through your forgiveness, be careful not to let certain energy manifest again. And don't let certain people back in your life. It is what it is, man. Y'all got to be safe out here. Y'all got to remain balanced. Keep maneuvering and operating in love, man. That's the highest frequency. The hate can't do nothing with us, man. Chosen ones, your energy is different. We moving according to Yah's plan. Listen, I want everybody to like the video, share, subscribe. If you like to support my work, support me at newbreed.love. Get yourself some of these love notes, all right? These love notes go a long way towards doing the work. And it helps a lot of small businesses. It helps us develop our land. Show your support. A lot of people be talking like they really support what's being done over here. But without your support, we can't continue moving, right? All praises to the Almighty. I'd like to thank each and every one of y'all. Y'all be safe out here. Shalom and peace.